the hour. Oh, almost bedtime. Whew. Oh, hello. So glad you could join me. This is my little corner. I call it Cuthbert's corner. It's where I come to relax at the end of the day, and there has been a lot of activity and I just need to get away from it and pour myself a little bit of wine. I can sip and enjoy the evening hours. Oof. Oof, that's so good. And when I think of the difficult times that we're going through, I find great comfort in the work of A.A. Milne and the poetry he wrote to his son Christopher Robin. And you might know from the movies Pooh Bear, but this is a very old book. It's a family heirloom, and it's got the pictures of the old Pooh. I do enjoy the old Pooh. I so dislike the modern Pooh, and I thought I might read a couple of poems now that you're here that I feel are a little appropriate for the time. So one in particular is about Christopher Robin walking through the streets of London with the pavement and the little squares formed by the lines on the pavement, and he has a little game. His little game is to avoid stepping on the lines, and I thought how appropriate it is for these times when we have to follow some rules for the best of all of us, and that may feel a little bit uncomfortable, but a little bit of order goes a long way. So here we go. The poem is called Lines and Squares. Wherever I walk in a London street, I'm ever so careful to watch my feet, and I keep in the squares and the masses of bears who wait at the corners all ready to eat. The sillies who tread on the lines of the street go back to their lairs, and I say to them, bears, just look how I'm walking in all of the squares. And the little bears growl at each other, he's mine, as soon as he's silly and steps on the line. And some of the bigger bears try to pretend that they come around the corner to look for a friend. And they try to pretend that nobody cares whether you walk on the lines or the squares, but only the sillies believe their talk. It's ever so important how you walk, and it's ever so jolly to call out, bears, just watch me walking in all the squares. You can just see Christopher Robin walking down the street with these imaginary bears waiting to pounce upon him, but he very stoutly and sturdily walks on the squares, for he knows that it's good for him and everybody else around him. I think that's very appropriate. For when we're having these tough times, we have to follow a few rules that maybe aren't to our liking. But on the other end, I find that these times leave us a little bit in between and a little bit out of sorts, if you like. And I think that's something that we all need to take into account and take care of each other. And so this little poem is about Christopher Robin as he comes down the stairs at night, and it's called Halfway Down. Halfway down the stairs is a stair where I sit. There isn't any other stair quite like it. I'm not at the bottom and I'm not at the top, so this is the stair where I always stop. Halfway up the stairs isn't up and isn't down. It isn't the nursery and it isn't in the town. And all sorts of funny thoughts run around my head. It isn't really anywhere, it's somewhere else instead. So I hope that you find some comfort in these poems and you're able to sleep a little sounder at night. So that's all from Cuthbert's Corner. Sweet dreams.